my God. So, made it to the 127 hours Boulder. It was a pretty amazing hike, and I think the best part is still down a little way, so I'm excited to check the rest of that out. But just seeing the Boulder enough, it is completely worth it in itself. The hike was honestly super easy. If you have a little bit of climbing experience, it's not that bad, but you are gonna have to get on your, do a lot of scrambling, and it's canyoneering. It's you're going down 10-foot drops, and you got to be able to support yourself going down. 127 hours is the movie that made me interested in film and movies and just the entire idea of it. And I've just it's always been on my list to see this Boulder, and it's just now I'm touching it right now. It's right in front of me. I would completely recommend this to anyone if you have a little bit of time. It's only maybe a 3-4 hour hike or so. It's definitely a little bit out there. I'm still just pretty shocked. It's very surreal for me right now. I'm very, very happy I made it here. But yeah, so the first part of the hike is kind of all over the place because it's not really a path yet because it's still washed out, and you kind of have to make your way. I would say starting on the river that you can find on Google Maps or All Trails, and just following it straight up is the perfect way to do it. And yeah, there is going to be a couple drops here and there. Nothing was too crazy. There was one where I kind of took the shortcut way, which was just sliding down all the sandstone, which wasn't the safest, but oh man. what have I got myself into? All right, I thought the last two I kind of went down were that's pretty good sized, but holy shit, this is I don't know, 80 feet down or something, and it goes even deeper down there. Oh, I did it. Oh, that was insane. Oh, that was very sketchy. A lot more sketchier than I'm used to, but holy crap, look at this. That one, that first, really short canyon was just a kind of a behemoth drop that you had to get down. I think that was the hardest part of the hike, other than this, but since it's so narrow, you can easily climb it. I don't know how I'm gonna get back. This is probably one of the most incredible hikes I've ever done. It's unbelievable just how narrow this is. And this isn't even the best part either. Oh, this is so cool. And then you're just walking on this 20-foot wide river path. It's just flat sand. It's the easiest hike ever. And then you get to this final section. Hiking for about an hour 45 now. And I think I might have found it. Holy shit. This is the beginning. This is it right here. It's a huge drop down. Little carabiner right there, if you can see. So if you do bring a rope, easy ways to rappel right now. It's definitely old though, but it's only a 10-foot drop. I've seen this movie more times than I can even count. Dude, this is so crazy. Look at the size of this. It's huge. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, to find the 127 hours Boulder, it's just like that. I'm at a loss for words right now. I've seen that. It's my third favorite movie of all time. It was my first for as long as I can remember. I've seen this movie. I could quote the whole thing through and through. And it's just seeing it right here, right in front of me, It's like exactly how I ever picture it, but just completely different at the same time. It's so claustrophobic and so dark in here. It's just not even funny. It's like, it's the width of my forearm, just about, this entire canyon. Aaron Ralston Boulder. Just like that. I couldn't recommend it enough. It was very easy to get to. The drive was good. I have service out here, if you can even believe that. I have AT&T, if that even matters. But like at the campsite where I was, obviously here I don't, but I have like full service. I was able to like stream Netflix. It was that good. I don't know if the S tree is still here though. That was the big part I was really looking forward to. I wanted to take like the iconic picture of it, but I didn't see it. I don't know if it's maybe like still down there or if I just haven't been looking hard enough, but I'm interested in that. But it was one of the best hikes I've ever done. It's just surreal. Just as a general Google Maps kind of layout of what you're going to see, when you're looking at Utah, you can find Little West Fork of Blue John Canyon on like Google Maps, and this is just showing from like Green River, which is just probably one of the closest towns, if not Hanksville. I think most people are probably going to come off the 70, and this turn right here is going to be all dirt road. And there is a warning here if there's like been a flash flood, there might be impassable, but even if it's just like a front wheel drive sedan, you're going to have no problem, honestly, if you just take it slow. And you're going to take this dirt road for a while. It's super well marked, nothing too crazy. It's a nice drive. And this is just the exact route I took, which I found the easiest is when you just kind of take this right here. And I parked exactly at this location right here. See, I literally parked right here off the road. I wouldn't recommend parking on the road as there's a lot of ATVs and kind of dune buggies always going up and down here. There's a lot of parking you can find right here, but I would say this road right here gets very thin, gets a little off-roady, and I wouldn't take a sedan off it. If you had a four-wheel drive car, you can make it, but it's nothing I was too comfortable with. So I parked right here, which is just a great starting location. So I did actually map this on All Trails, so you can see the exact route I ended up taking. I started a little late up here, but we're going to go off of like where I ended. So you can see this was my car right here where I parked, and there's two different options that you could do. This route right here is just a road. Like this is something that you could drive up, and if you had a car that you're comfortable with, you could honestly park it up closer to here and camp. It's not the best camping, honestly. I think this area right here would be my preferred way, as there's actually like places you could probably set up a fire and set up multiple cars, and it's just a lot more flat and a lot more friendly to just regular vehicles trying to camp. So either you could take the road, and then at any point basically you're going to want to find yourself on this river path. I avoided it because there was a lady that was mean to me and I didn't want to talk to her. But there's this pretty easy to follow river path that you're going to find just up here, and you're going to see that this is honestly all of this, like no matter where you go, there's a pretty obvious trail to find. So as soon as you go right to it, if you have service and if you have the map downloaded, you're just going to want to find this riverbed, and then once you're on it, all you do is just stick to it. It's not that hard. You don't really deviate anywhere. It's very hard to get lost. There's going to be a couple like 5 to 10 foot drops every now and then. Nothing too bad, but I believe right around here is where you're going to kind of find yourself in a pretty good drop for a canyon. And the route I took was a little sketchy. I wasn't a big fan of it, but if you just kind of walk around, you could probably find a better entrance. But if you either have ropes or rappel, that makes life just a little bit easier. I found anchors on every drop that was larger than about 10-15 feet. Some of them were, obviously you can kind of gauge on if you want to trust their anchors. They look like they've been there for a while. You're going to find that starts to get a little bit more narrow, and then there's going to be just a very sudden right turn and then like a drop. And this is like exactly right here where the canyon starts. This is like the last like 0.15, 0.2 miles of it. So right here, there's a very obvious drop off. There is a rappel rig, but it wasn't too hard to get yourself down in there. But it was a good 10, 15 foot drop that you get yourself down into. You get to climb and kind of squeeze your way around like these refrigerator sized boulders. And just right here, obviously, you can see where I walked around a little bit, but not far into it at all, you're gonna find like this obvious drop off. Look down and you'll find the rock right there. Honestly, getting down to it and getting up of it it's just tricky. It's just like a good canyoneering route if you're not too experienced with it. Further down, this is the area I was surprised by the most, because it gets, I think, well, I want to say it was like 18 inches in width, kind of the size of your forearm. And if you have like a backpack, like you're going to be taking it off and squeezing through, and it drops down. Like you're going to need a headlamp for this, because even when I was there at noon, where the sun should have been like directly over me, it was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. So up until that boulder, you don't need a headlamp at all, but anywhere past it, it will become pitch black. So if you want to make it down to the rappel rings right here, where you can do the 20-meter rappel or just look at it, obviously you can see I didn't make it all the way because there was in late October, I believe it rained a little bit like a week prior. Before I got there, there was a pool of about like 2 feet of water, and I just didn't want to test it. I wasn't there for that. I was alone. And then just, you can do the entire walk back, which isn't too bad. I think the sketchiest part was this weird drop. Took a little bit of balance and finagling. I would probably even recommend just getting up and like sidetracking it if you're not too comfortable climbing up. And then, yeah, just like the walk back, you'll hit the road, and then it's just like another like 5-mile walk, and it's nothing too bad. It's very, very nice and easy. Right here, this is the ultimate route that I took. Ignore this start point. Just imagine that the start, this is exactly where my car is parked. Here's the road. Here's a riverbed that I would probably recommend taking. And then here's the actual trail itself. And then right here's the Aaron Ralston boulder. If you love me, really love me, then whatever happens, I won't care. I won't care.